What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to JJD TV. I'm your host Josh, and we are here for our series that we do after every single Canadian men's national team, and that is the 5 takeaways, where we look at the game, we take 5 big takeaways from it, we discuss it, and hear from you guys in the comments. So if you guys are excited, be sure to drop a like, subscribe to the channel, and let's get into them now. So Canada played their first game back in Canada at BMO Field in Toronto. And honestly, with the hype around this national team, what we've done up until the Ocho started, we were expected to go home against Honduras, a team that we were supposed to be pretty much fighting for that top 3, top 4 spot with, and take 3 points because it was vital. I agree that it was vital. A 1-1 draw was not good enough, and that is my first takeaway. And it's a wake-up call. This is a different animal, and everything Canada has done up till now has been impressive and has honestly been on the right track. But this was an opportunity for them. I mean, losing it would have been catastrophic, and that is the exact word I want to use. A draw can be manageable. A win was almost a necessity, especially for that 3rd spot. So this was honestly, this was 2 points lost for Canada and a point gained from Honduras. It sucks, but it is a wake-up call, and hopefully Canada can figure it out going forward and trying to get just more aligned in what they needed to do going forward, because this was a little bit all over the place, and this hopefully will be a wake-up call because this was honestly, just in terms of result, not good enough. Which then goes right into my second takeaway, which is honestly overcomplicating things. And that's sort of what, to me, what it looked like happened, because in my opinion, there was a clear formation while attacking versus defending. It was a 3-5-2 attacking, and while defending, it went into a 4-4-2 with Richie Larea going through a center mid on attack, dropping back and playing as a left back. And it seemed like that overcomplicated things a little bit. And on top of that, you had Davies finding a lot of success down the left-hand side with Buchanan on the right for the 2 wing backs while attacking. And then all of a sudden, when that success was happening, Herdman switched it, and then Buchanan went on the left, Davies on the right. They were not near as effective going forward, and Buchanan got caught, and unfortunately, a rightfully called penalty on him, and they got their goal. And I think Herdman should have just went in there and went in that 3-5-2. That starting 11 wasn't what I personally would have went with. I think we needed that extra body in the midfield, and I think that just overcomplicating it, it should have been probably played in that 3-5-2. Play to your wingbacks' advantages, whether it's Buchanan or Larea on that right-hand side. Have your 2 strikers up front. And this constant switching and transition just, I think, caught us a little off guard. And going into a big match like this, it ended us, in my opinion, costing us points. After that, we're going to go into my third takeaway, which was honestly sloppy. Sloppiness is the third takeaway, because this start, yes, didn't quite go our way, even though we were dominating possession. But a couple of key players who I thought had fantastic gold cups, Buchanan and Miller, were, in my opinion, poor today. They were. Buchanan he kept taking on players when he ended up getting switched onto that left-hand side, and he didn't, I don't think, had a successful attempt getting past the player, and then drew a penalty. I love Tejan, and just unfortunately for him, it wasn't his day, and rightfully so, was subbed off at half. And Kamal Miller, I thought, had a really challenging day. He was losing a lot in the air. His passing was really sloppy. At the first half, Hutch and Eustachio were pretty sloppy, in my opinion, a little bit as well, but they both really grew into the game in the second half. Eustachio was much, much better, and Hutch played a little bit more like him, but I mean, I was expecting almost a little bit of a sloppiness from Hutch. And then, of course, and I can't not mention it, it was David. He was very quiet. He didn't pop up at all. He had a couple of chances that were blocked, but all in all, it was Laren dropping deep, picking up the ball, and honestly, David was pretty invisible that game, and it was a shame, but a little sloppy start for some key players also didn't help. But I don't want to make these all negative, but I mean, out of 5 takeaways, in my opinion, 3 of them had to be a little bit negative, because this is a negative result for us. It's a positive one for Honduras, so we're going to go into my 2 positives. So my 4th takeaway, we're going to look at Alistair Johnson. And man, this kid just keeps getting better and better. He's been a revelation since being able to move from the traditional right back where he plays into a outside right center back. I always compare him to Cesar Azpilicueta from Chelsea, and I still stick with that. He was fantastic today. He was by far, besides the other player I'm going to mention, our best player. Every challenge he had when he came on was just fantastic. He backtracked when Honduras hit on the break, which they often did, considering that we had possession, and he just didn't put a wrong foot in today. I think it's just a really fair shout of how this kid's progression and how important he's going to be, because I've said this before, if we play in a back 3, I don't see another option for that outside right center back, because Henry cannot do what Johnson does because he does not have the pace. Henry has to play through the middle. Vittoria can't go there. Other than that, it's left-footed options. So in my opinion, Alistair Johnson needs to start all 3 games in that outside right center back spot, simply because he's playing fantastic and there's no one else to do that. And that leads into my 5th and final takeaway, and it's Davies. It has to be. I mean, this guy is just too good. And unfortunately for him today, he wasn't able to get that final ball, but watching him glide through defenders on that left-hand side, like I said, when he started the game, he was going with ease through that left-hand side. He dead reversed over to the right, didn't find a lot of success, and went right back after the goal from Honduras to the left-hand side, and he was just all over the place. He shows why he is a cut from a different cloth, and unfortunately for him, I mean, a couple opportunities, I thought he should have took a hit rather than trying to drive it right across the deck, but in all honesty, I mean, we could have scored more. We probably should have scored more. We had so many opportunities when he was gliding through players and had a good opportunity to put a ball in, but Honduras defended really well, and we weren't able to take those chances. And all in all, it's why we only end up getting away with a goal, and it was a penalty, and a nicely taken penalty from Kyle Larin, but Davies shows what he's made of. He had so much success today. It was just that final end product. Maybe the decision-making was off, or just really good defending. Take your pick. But either way, I mean, he's a breath of fresh air, because what he did today was incredible, and it's why he is, if not the best player in CONCACAF. And those are my takeaways today, guys. I'm sure I'm missing some other things as well. Let me know what you guys would have done. I mean, the substitutions were interesting. The Kennedy and Miller debate was interesting. I'd go Kennedy the next 2 games, in my opinion. But let me know in the comments what you thought, what your takeaways were, your thoughts on my takeaways, and any changes we should do going into that US or El Salvador game, because at this point, we need at least 4 points. I mean, 6 points, in my opinion, was the minimum, but we need to win at least against El Salvador with the point against Honduras, and pray we get something from the US. So we'll have to wait and see how it goes. We'll be back for the watch along over for the US game on Sunday, and of course, El Salvador game on Wednesday. So hopefully you guys enjoyed the 5 takeaways. Can't wait to hear what you guys have to say. Be sure to drop a like and subscribe on your way out. Take care, guys, and talk to you guys soon.